Good afternoon, Wealth Our Way Nation. What is going on? It is your main man, Charles Tank Harris, the founder and chief visionary officer of the financial literacy platform, Wealth Our Way, where our motto is wealth is not only for the wealthy. I hope you guys all had a great weekend. Happy Monday. Happy Fun Day. Let's start this week off right. We are into episode 103. Leave the damn Roth IRA alone, Uncle Joe. But before we get into all that, let me do what I always do, which is show gratitude, because gratitude is always the attitude right here at 15 Minutes of Finance, and say thank you to each and every one of you who are here with me live as I stream across the Wealth Our Way Facebook and YouTube pages. I want to also give the Wealth Our Way Nation salute to all the members of Wild Nation who watch this program recorded overnight, over the weekend, wherever they can squeeze 15 minutes of financial literacy in. And then a heartfelt how are you to the good folks on the Life 101 platform who listen to the audio recording of this very here program. Before I get into things, Big Tank is a humble man. I know people think I'm cocky, but I'm humble. I know what I don't know. I like to show appreciation for people who add value. My assistant told me I was coming across too dark in the videos. I've been doing a lot of self-serve activity over the last couple of weeks. And one of the things I did was went to Best Buy, got 2 lights, set them up. I know when I normally broadcast from my home office, you guys can see the rings from the lights in my glasses because I have them on the other side of the camera. Now I got them on both sides of me. I'm loving the light. It's crazy. The simplest things make your boy happy. So let's get into what I want to talk about today, which is the Build Back Better bill. Really, that's what people are calling it, Build Back Better. But the name of the actual bill that's in front of Congress, and it's going to be on the floor, is the Reconciliation Bill. This bill has, like most laws that get passed in our country, they have so many different provisions inside of the bill. Some of the things get slipped in, people don't pay attention to. Me, as a financial professional, I'm always looking out for the things that I believe will affect mom and pop America the most. And one of the things that is really dangerous, and I'm using the word dangerous, about this bill is the attack that, and I can't, I'm one of the people, they say you should never tell anybody who you voted for. I voted for Joe Biden, so let's call it what it is. And one of the things that I thought would happen would be that he would live up, A, to his campaign promises, but B, really look out for the middle class. And that, that's how elections get won, because the middle class has the biggest portion of people in it. And if you can tell them what they want to hear and convince them you're going to do right by them, they vote for you, you win elections. The Roth IRA, which ironically was named after Senator William Roth, who is from Delaware, so he's from Joe Biden's state, has been one of the best tools that mom and pop, me and you, America, can use to build wealth. Too many people don't use it or underuse it. That's why as you look across the screen, scrolling across, I'm giving away $200 to 5 different people. Wow is giving away $1,000 so that people can start their own Roth IRAs. That's how passionate I am and how much I believe in these vehicles. This is a vehicle that allows you to save for retirement and never pay taxes on the growth of your money. There is you've heard me say this over and over and over again, and I will say it until they pull the plug on me. There is no bigger hurdle to building wealth in America than taxes. You can have high expenses in your investments, but what we talking about, 2% instead of 0.5%, that makes a huge difference. I've told you that, but we're talking about a 1.5% difference. Taxes, on the other hand, 20, 25, 30, 40% out of your money. I posed this question a few times on this program. If I would enter into a deal with you where I lent you any amount of money you wanted, and the only term that I have, the only catch that I have is when it's time to pay me back, that's when I tell you what your interest rate is. Would you borrow money from me? And any person who's been on this program long enough would know the answer to that is no. I'm not going to borrow money from you, even if I could put the money to good use and make 10 times the money. If when I have to pay you back, you can charge me whatever you want in interest. That is the ticking time bomb, which is your current 401k if it's not a Roth 401k, or your current IRA if it's not a Roth IRA. You are investing money, you are watching it grow. You're doing the right thing. You're sacrificing something you could buy today for growth tomorrow. I applaud you. You're doing the right thing. However, you'll turn 62 or older, 59 and a half or older, 67 or older, and you'll go to take your money out of your IRA. And at that point, the government will let you know what the interest rate, AKA taxes, are. The tax rate could be 81% then. And I don't think it's ever going to go back to, but if you historically look at the taxes in America, we've had tax rates as high as 70% or higher. So it could happen. People are becoming more economically educated every day, thanks to programs like mine and other programs. You guys are becoming very aware of how much money is being pumped into circulation from government programs. That money needs to be paid for some way. The government only has two ways to get money. It gets money by selling debt or taxing its constituents, taxing its citizens. So when you see this big amount of money that has went out into the world and you realize, hey, we got to find a way to pay for it, they're going to pay for it with taxes. Now, when you're trying to raise a pot of money from taxes, let me give you the quick math. It's the number of people times what you're charging them that yields the taxes. Can America just make the population go 10 times, the workforce go 10 times? Has no control over that. What it has control over is the tax rate. It can keep raising it to get what it needs from the constituents. So I am deathly afraid of what taxes will look like in the future. So when I'm talking to my clients, I tell them we have 3 buckets that we like to put their money in: tax now, tax later, tax never. I put money in each bucket. Each bucket has its pros and its cons. The number one driver of the tax never bucket is the Roth IRA. And now it is under attack. Let me explain to you what they're trying to propose. The first thing is they want to eliminate backdoor Roth IRA conversions. If you've been on my program, you know I'm a practitioner. I use it. I've taught all of you how to use the backdoor Roth IRA. We use the backdoor Roth IRA because they already have a dumb limitation on how much money you can earn. Somebody help me. Somebody give me the other side of this argument, because I love debating. So please help me understand what I'm missing. Why would our government, who wants us to be able to take care of ourselves in the future, limit how much money we can put into a vehicle that saves for our retirement, and B, how much money we can make to stop us from putting money into our retirement? I'll wait for a good answer. The answer is what they want you to believe. The answer is they need to be able to collect taxes at some point. And if they let everybody put as much money as they want to in the Roth, it'll affect taxes. BS. We all know, we've watched enough TV, we've scoured the internet enough to know that you got huge, huge companies making billions of dollars that pay barely any taxes because they're able to domicile all overseas or use other firms to shield their taxes. It is not going to hurt this country if everybody is allowed to put whatever amount of money they want into their Roth IRA. I promise you that. Because here's the thing. Right now, you're allowed to put $6,000 in if you're under 50 and $7,000 if you're over 50. And the vast majority of people still haven't done it. So if you let them put $50,000 in, if I told you right now, no matter how much money you make, you can put $50,000 a year away in your Roth IRA, you're not going to go put $50,000 away. You can't afford to. You have to live off of some of your money. You can't put it all away for retirement. So I call BS on their argument that they have to set these limitations. You are literally saying a limitation that's supposed to affect the 1%. And those people, they got so many other tools than the Roth IRA. The Roth IRA is our tool, and we need it to be as flexible as possible. When I went from making $35,000 a year at Ford Credit to making $130,000 a year my first year at Smith Barney, it opened my eyes to what I needed to save for the future. Then when I went to go look at the Roth IRA, which came out the very next year, they said if you make over $110,000, you can't contribute the full amount. I'm like, there's something wrong with that. Why? At 130 some thousand, I'm not rich. Why are you limiting how I can prepare for my retirement? This bill looks to eliminate the backdoor Roth IRA as early as next year, 2022. They are also looking to eliminate the mega backdoor Roth strategy by 2029. Now you got to find that funny. So listen to the words. They want to eliminate the regular backdoor IRA immediately, like next year. But the mega one, the one that rich people use, the guy who did PayPal, who put his little bit of PayPal stock in a Roth IRA, and now it's worth $5 billion. They're pissed at him. So they want to let him still be able to do it for the next 8 years. But the smaller people, those of us who are putting $6,000 into a traditional IRA, immediately converting it to a Roth, they want us to stop next year. Come on, Joe. Don't look me in the eyes and tell me you're for me if this is what you're doing. Then they want to eliminate after-tax contributions beginning in 2031 for anybody making over 400 grand. I argue they shouldn't do that either. And then lastly, the bill is asking to force distributions from any retirement account that has over $10 million in it. And they want to do that as early as 2028. They want to say you can't keep growing the money tax-free. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. And what I am asking you to do, so now we get into my ask. They tell me, Tank, you give away free information. You don't ever have any calls to action. You don't tell people what to do. You don't tell them where they can help themselves, where they can subscribe to your stuff. Here's my call to action. And once again, it ain't for me. It ain't for WOW. It ain't for me trying to make money off you. What you need to do is write your congressman. You need to write your governor. The governors don't even have anything to do with this law. So let me understand, for anybody who comes out here critiquing me, who I know and don't know, I'm just saying scream at everybody. This is a Congress Senate thing. But I want your governor to know. I want your mayor to know. I want your district rep to know. I want the cat who's the block captain. Tell your block captain this is crazy. And let's start getting people up in arms. Let's get people up in arms and let's spread the word that we will not stand for this. We can go ahead and tweet and post on Facebook and post on Instagram when we get a new car or we going out on a date with our boo. But this is the important stuff right here, people. This is the stuff that's going to make you have a comfortable retirement, help you build legacy generational wealth for your children and your grandchildren. This is, I lived through the creation of free agency in the NFL. I'm alive. I'm 51. This happened 30 years ago, I guess, when they finally gave the Union Players Association fought for free agency. At the very same year, they won the right to be free agents, which means that when their contract was over, they could go to the highest bidding team anywhere they wanted to. That exact same year, they instituted a salary cap. So they gave you A and immediately wiped it out to some extent with B. We have been watching that happen for as long as we've been alive. We have to scream no. We have to tell them this is not acceptable. I get to put away $6,000 a year for my retirement. I want it to be 20. Make it 20. If I can't afford 20, fine. But give me the option. When I have a really good year or my grandmother passed away and left me 15 grand, so that 15 grand paid some debts that I would have normally used my paycheck for. So now I got 15,000 more of my paycheck. Let me put that away in my Roth IRA for my retirement. Why are you limiting me? And now, why are you looking to limit the already limited process? I don't understand it. Somebody smarter than me is going to have to explain it to me. I do look beautiful with the extra lighting, though. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. I'm feeling myself right now. Tomorrow, I'm going to get a shave and a haircut because I'm doing some content recording on Wednesday. So I'm going to be beautiful all week for you guys because I love y'all. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. I really appreciate you guys being here. We're going to have a great week talking finances. I'm improving the show. My man is helping me work on an intro and an outro to the show. I hope you love it. You do know that this broadcast on YouTube, most of you watch this on Facebook. I do need help with all of you guys at your leisure, going to YouTube, searching Wealth Our Way, and subscribing. I got like 4 subscribers right now. I need to get to 1,000. I'm going to do a whole campaign of everybody I know to try to get to 1,000. But you guys could start, at least let me see 10 by the end of the week, because my family right here has jumped in and subscribed. So I thank you guys all. Please don't forget the contest. I want to give you all this money. It's almost Thanksgiving. It's a chubby man's dream coming up soon. Week and a half till Thanksgiving. I'm loving that. You guys have a great week. I will see you here tomorrow. And please remember, wealth is not only for the wealthy. Have a great day.